So our topic is deflection by method of superposition. Okay, we will not go much deeper into it. I will just give you the idea so that you can solve. Method of superposition says, suppose there are any kind of beams. You take any of the beams and any type of loading, and the loading is a complex type, combination type, multiple type of loading are there. So if suppose this is a cantilever as I have drawn randomly, there is a force over here is P1, and say over here there is a uniformly distributed load, say W per meter. The length is L, and say this length is L1, this is say L2, and this is say L3 is given. Okay, all the dimensions are given, loading are given, and you are the flexural rigidity of the beam is EI, which is constant. Okay, now by method of superposition means when we find out the deflection due to these two loading, one is concentrated load, other one is distributed load. It doesn't matter whether distributed load or another concentrated load or uniformly varying load. Okay, it doesn't matter really. So the deflection, total deflection, if can be shown by this line, by this dotted line over here. So the deflection will be this much. Deflection will be this much from here to here. Say this is Y. Now, if you name those points A, B, C, D, okay. So there are two type of loading working. Here is P1 and here is W per meter. Okay. So the total deflection at this point A, this will become A dash, this will become C dash, this will become D dash. Okay, because all of them will be shifted due to the deflection. So at point A, the deflection will be YA. Now this YA can be found out by finding out deflection separately for these two loads. So if there is only, this is say AB, there is only P1 acting on it, then say the deflection will be Y1, only P1 is working. Okay, suppose there is no distributed load. Okay, so there is C dash, D dash, this is A dash, this is A, this is C, this is D, here this is D. So now Y1 is deflection when only P1 is working, UDL is not working. Okay, plus here the deflection due to UDL only. Say now this will be A dash, this will be C dash, this will be D dash, this will be B. So we can managed one dash, we will use double dash, and here we will use triple dash, so that we can understand the conditions are different. Okay, so here only UDL is working. So here, if this much, this is A, so this much is Y2, so we can write the total deflection is summation of the deflection due to the individual loads. So this Y2 is basically deflection when only UDL is working, P1 is not working. And the loads here to be assumed, they have gradually applied, gradually increased up to P1 and W per meter. So I think this is very clear. Now it does not matter by which way you can find out this Y1 and this Y2. Okay, in any method you just find out Y1 and I2 and you just add Y1 and Y2. Y1 is the deflection caused when the concentrated load P1 is working only. In second case, when this UDL is working only. Similarly, if there are two concentrated loads, then we first take one load and find out deflection. If there is another concentrated load, then we find out if that load only working, then the deflection, what will be the deflection? We add two deflections due to two individual loads when working separately and single-handedly, and we add them, and finally we'll get this deflection when both are simultaneously working. So I hope you have understood. If you don't understand, you can ask, or otherwise we will go to find out deflection by energy method. Now we all know that a beam is designed to take bending load. Deflection by energy method. In case of pure bending, we omit the shear force, that is the horizontal shear force that is working, that we have found out earlier in our previous classes. So generally we can take the shear force out, or we can use the shear force also in this calculation if for the beam is very large and the loading is very large, then also the shear force cannot be neglected, and that energy due to shear force to be accounted. Now when we have discussed strain energy due to bending, we have derived the equation strain energy due to bending. This bending was pure bending. The strain energy was, if you remember, 0 to L m square by 2EI dx. That is what we have already proved. We have already achieved this equation. Now to find out deflection by energy method, we use Castigliano's theorem. So we have to know Castigliano's theorem. Okay, this theorem are actually two theorems are there, both are basically same. So if we want to find out, understand me first, when a beam is under several load and achieved some strain energy on it, then to find out deflection due to one particular load can be found out by Castigliano's theorem, and that deflection will be given by the partial derivative of the total energy with respect to that particular load. I will explain it because there are some terms that are omitted here. So if say there are deflection, the deflection xj of of the point, deflection of the point, the deflection xj of the point of which point? Point of application of load pj. Suppose there are several number of loads 1 to n now, or 0 to n. If there is no load, there will be no deflection, so that's why we will talk about 1 to n. However, we will discuss several cases where there will be no loading but still deflection that can be found out. The deflection xj of the point of application of load pj in the direction of pj, in the direction of pj. Okay, so xj in the direction of pj at the point where the load pj is working. Okay, that can be found out by this formula. Xj is equal to del u del pj. Okay, we have already have this expression for u. Now this partial derivative to be applied before the integration. Okay, this partial derivative to be applied before this integration. So if we do that, it becomes 0 to L m by ei into del m del pj dx. So this m square here, you see m square is the this m square, this is the main variable, and 2ei is basically the constants. So this m square by 2 can be written as m into del m del pj. So this partial derivative is included inside this integration. Now this helps us to solve the problems. So we can use this formula also. We can use this formula also. It depends on where we are using this formula, depending on the situation. Now we'll remember this and this. If we do partial derivative of this, that will also be valid. This will also be valid. Both are basically same things. If we partial derivative this one with respect to del pj, with respect to pj, this is what we will get. Okay, so now we can use this one, we can use this one. So if we look at the problem, then we will be able to understand. So here we will solve a problem. The clock is like Usain Bolt. So we have, say, a cantilever beam. Okay, cantilever beam having a load, say having a load P here, just P. Okay, this is A, this is B, and there is a uniformly distributed load. For understanding purpose, we are talking about a very easy problem. Later on we will discuss further more difficult problems. So this is W is given, rate of loading. So now given data is also provided, which says L equal to 2 meter, loading is 4 kilonewton per meter, P is 6 kilonewton, EI is 5 meganewton meter square, and you have to find out the deflection at A. That is the problem. Okay, now in this case we have known our formula, that YA can be found out by partial derivative of strain energy with respect to P, because at this load we want deflection of point A, and at point A this P is working. So the deflection at the point of application of P can be found out by the strain energy at A and partial derivative it with respect to P. So YA can be written as del U del P. So now the del U will be literally, you see, our formula, what we have written, M by EI into del M del P into dx. Okay, now we are talking about point A. So at point A, the strain energy to be found out for the whole beam, U to be found out. So before we find out U, we just take a section at a distance x from A. So let us write, if bending moment at a distance small x from end A is mx, then mx will be equal to how much? According to our formula, this will be px plus minus of, in bracket, px plus half into w into x square. So this is all we know. This is a very simple thing. We have already solved several problems. So m value at x section at a distance x from A is found out. Okay. So let it be here. This is the section XX. So at mx, this will be found out. Now if we make partial derivative with respect to P, we get minus x. Now substituting these two values on these above equations, we will get 1 by EI into integration 0 to L. This EI is constant, so that's why they are 1 by EI getting out of the integration. In here, multiply mx with del m del P, we get minus minus plus px square plus half into w into x cube dx. Okay, we are putting the values of m and del m del P. So now solving this equation, we get 1 by EI P into x cube by 3. So P into L cube by 3. L cube by 3 plus half into W into x to the power 4 by 4. So W by 8 x to the power 4, it becomes L to the power 4. Okay. Now this is what this expression of YA will be. This is a simple integration. Okay. Now we have these values, and if we put these values, YA can be found out as 4.8 mm downward. Okay, that is very clear from the image. So now we can find out the deflection because there is a force P. If there is no force, no concentrated force is there, then what will happen? That is a little tricky job. In that case, you have to assume that at that point where you want uh, to find out the deflection, at that point you should imagine a concentrated load of just a value, say this q. Okay, so now we will discuss about that what we are discussing if there is no load. So we will discuss it with an example. Let us have cantilever beam. Cantilever beam loaded the full length with uniformly distributed load. Length is L. This point is A. This end is B. Now our job is to find out the deflection at A, the deflection and slope at A. Okay. So we will write, and this is what we have to find out. Okay. So in this problem, there is no concentrated load. So by which load we will make this partial derivative? That is the problem. So now we come back to the problem. Here we have to apply a dummy load. We said we have to apply a dummy downward load, which is because we have to find out the deflection along the line of action of the force. So here we can find out that the deflection will be as such. It will be like this. The deflection will be downward and the deflection will be, say, YA. Now there is no load. So for that purpose, we will assume that there is a dummy load Q at point A is working. Okay. Later on, we will put QA equal to 0 as there is no load. But now we will just take a load on here. So now we know the drill. In last problem, what we have done, we will go through the same procedure. Del Q here, QA at point A. So that's why we have written QA. The formula will be 0 to L M by EI into del M del QA to dx. Okay. So here we have assumed that there is a QA working. So QA is dummy load assumed where deflection to be found out. Okay. So later on the QA to be equate with 0. Okay. Now we have found out this one. So similarly, at a distance x from end A, let us this section xx. So m is equal to minus QA into x minus half Wx square, just like the previous formula, minus px minus half Wx square. The same thing here also, just QA in place of P, just like the previous problem. So now this will be mx. So del m del QA will be equal to minus x, just like the earlier problem. So now we will now substitute this m and del m del q, and later on we will equate QA equal to 0. So let us solve it. So YA can be written as, we will put the value 1 by EI to be taken out, integration 0 to L, the M into del M del QA. Okay, so this into this, and also we will equate QA equal to 0. Sorry, the video got frozen. Yeah, it came back. So here YA in this equation we have just written over here, this one M by EI, so 1 by EI taken out, M into del M del QA over here, M into del M del QA is this multiplied by this. Now this to be equal with 0, so this portion cannot be omitted, sorry, can be omitted. So multiplication will be with this to this. So this will become half into W into x cube dx. So this will give us half goes out, W into x to the power 4 by 4. So putting the limit L to the power 4 in the bottom, 4 into 2 8, so WL to the power 4 by 8 EI, and this will be downward along the direction of QA. So when there is actually no load, we'll have to assume that there is a dummy load QA, and later on we will put QA equal to 0. So we will write in this here so that you can understand later. Substituting M and del M del QA and putting QA equal to 0. Then we come to this equation. Okay, so this becomes the deflection. Now we will find out the slope at A. So this to be found out by Castigliano's second theorem. This says if there is a moment, or sorry, there is a couple working, the slope that is produced can be found out by the partial derivative of strain energy with that couple will give us the moment, sorry, the slope at that particular point. So what we have to do then? This is the loading condition. To find out deflection, we have assumed that there is a dummy load. Now we will assume that there is a dummy couple is working counterclockwise, and let it having a value of MA because it is working at A. So this MA is assumed where the slope to be found out. MA is dummy couple used to find out the slope at A. Okay, so now as per the Castigliano's theorem, the slope at A, theta A, can be found out by energy method with this formula, partial derivative of strain energy with respect to the couple causing this deflection. Okay, here no couple is working, but a dummy couple is to be assumed. Now the deflection will be downward, so along the direction of the downward, this dummy couple direction has to be selected. So this will be counterclockwise. So this will be counterclockwise, so that the coupled direction and the deflection direction should be same. Now similarly, this equation can be written as, this is the operator del ma on 0 to L m square by 2 ei into dx. So including this part, this del ma part, before doing this integration, we can write 0 to L m by 2 ei del m into, sorry, not into, del m del ma, because we are the operator we have is del ma. So del m by del ma, which is the dummy couple, is this.
The video is paused.
Yeah, I have stopped. I have seen it. Yeah. So this is the Castigliano theorem says that the deflection at A to be found out by the partial derivative with respect to the couple which is present at that point A, this del ma of strain energy of the beam. Now this del ma is the operator and this is the strain energy. Now this partial derivative to be performed before the integration, as we have done earlier in case of load. So this m square by 2 rewritten as m, sorry, this there will be not 2, m by ei into del ma to dx, just like the previous problem. Okay, the way we have found out deflection, same way we will find out the slope, but here the responsible thing for causing a slope at an angle is a couple. A couple, if not present, a dummy couple is to be chosen. Now we have came to this. Now for this problem, the bending moment including this ma is minus ma minus half w x square. We all know what is this. At a section x from end A, we have taken x section. So bending moment at x section is this. Now we have to find out this del m del ma. Okay, this partial derivative to be found out. So which is basically minus 1 partial derivative. So now we will just substitute mx and del m del ma and put ma equal to 0, as this is the dummy one, there is no couple. So but we have to put a couple to find out the slope. So that's why we put ma equal to 0. Now we'll write this equation, we'll rewrite this equation. Theta at A 1 by ei to be taken out, as this is constant, integration 0 to L, put the values half into wx square This ma is 0, so only half wx square into del ma minus 1, okay, into dx. Okay, so upon integration we will get w into L cube by 6 ei. Okay, so this is the slope at point A. Now the dummy couple is taken clockwise. So sorry, the dummy couple is taken counterclockwise. So the theta having positive value, so that means theta is also counterclockwise. So let me write, since the dummy couple is taken counterclockwise, the positive sign of theta a represents angle theta a is also counterclockwise. Okay, is it understood? Any questions? We'll solve another problem and then our syllabus will be almost completed. Okay, I think then there is no question. We'll put this aside. We'll start with a new sheet and we will solve a statically, this is a statically determinate problem. Now we will go for statically indeterminate problem, which is very similar in process. All you have to understand is the concept behind it. So when cantilever is supported on a, the free end is supported on a roller support, okay, so then it does not becomes a cantilever, and this beam becomes a, this problem becomes statically indeterminate of first degree. So actually what I am trying to show is uniformly distributed load at W Newton per meter. So in this scenario, we have to draw the free body diagram first. So this roller support to be taken out by the reaction at A can be RA. This is A, this is B. This is loading W. Okay. So now we have to determine the reactions at supports for the prismatic beam and the load shown. Okay, our job is to find out the reaction forces. Okay, I have a phone call. I'll make it quick. হ্যালো, আমি একটু ক্লাসে আছি রে, ক্লাসটা নিয়ে তোকে ফোন ব্যাক করি 10 মিনিট। 10 মিনিট, ওকে ওকে, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। Okay, so where are we? Yeah, we have to find out the what do you have to remember? We have to find out the reactions. Okay, we have to find out the reactions. So Ra and Rb, these two we have to find out for the loading shown. Now the beam is statically indeterminate. The reaction at A is, say, redundant, and the beam is released from the support. So the reaction Ra is considered to be unknown load and will be determined under the conditions that the deflection Ya at point A, that must be equal to 0. There is a redundant reaction, so the deflection at A must be equal to 0. So by Castigliano theorem, we can write that Ya is equal to del U del Ra, and that can be written as 0 to L m by Ei del m del Ra dx. Okay, just the formula we have used. Now at a section, if taken at a distance of x from end A, just like the previous formula will go. So at x, mx will be Ra into x minus half into Wx square, and as well as dm dra will be x only. Okay, now we just put the value that Ya is 1 by Ei taken out of integration due to constant 0 to L. We will just multiply m and del m del Ra. Okay, this and this we will multiply, m into del m del Ra we will multiply. Okay, so it becomes Ra x square minus half Wx square, sorry, x cube, x square into x cube, okay, into dx. So we will get 1 by Ei by Ra L cube by 3 minus WL to the power 4 by 8. Okay, now Ra is a redundant one, and so deflection or at A is 0. So by set, let's set Ya equal to 0. So now from this equation we can find this Ra so Ra from here becomes WL 3 by 8 WL. Okay, so this will be upward as the value is constant, so it will be on the direction of Ra. So Ra we have found out 3 into WL by 8. So now from the conditions of equilibrium, we can find out Rb. Rb is equal to simply the total load minus this Ra. So we can find out WL minus 3 by 8 WL, that will give us 5 by 8 WL, which will be upward supporting the load. Now the bending moment at B will be equal to 1 by 8, just put the values, 1 by 8 W into L square, and it is supporting this load produced by this W. So the reaction will be in opposite direction, and it will be clockwise 1 by 8 W L square. Okay, I have put just the values of Ra over here and x equal to L. at this equation and we have found MB. Okay, so this is how we will conclude our syllabus, and we will take Viva in a very early, either next class, tomorrow or Friday. Okay, that we will discuss with SSP sir, and then we will then I will give you the date. So any questions? I will contact with you in classroom. I'll announce the date of Viva either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So if you have any,
স্যার এই সপ্তাহে কি হবে স্যার মানে ভাইভাটা?
হ্যাঁ এই সপ্তাহতেই হবে, কাল অথবা পরশু।
ওকে স্যার।
আর তো আমাদের সময় নেই, টাইম ইজ আপ, মানে সিলেবাস তো শেষ করতে হবে সব সাবজেক্টে এই উইকের মধ্যে।
ওকে স্যার, ওকে স্যার।
and prepare
স্যার নেক্সট উইকে স্যার ল্যাব আছে তো?
কবে ল্যাব আছে?
স্যার নেক্সট উইক থেকে।
নেক্সট উইক থেকে ল্যাব আছে।
হ্যাঁ
স্যার অনলাইন ল্যাব হবে না?
হ্যাঁ,
মানে স্যার অফলাইন ল্যাব হবে না?
অফলাইন ল্যাব হবে না, তার কারণ তোমাদের এতদিন বসিয়ে রাখা যাবে না, বুঝেছো? আমরা কলেজে গিয়ে ভিডিও বানিয়েছি তোমাদের জন্য। আমি অ্যাপ্লাইড মেকানিক্স, আমি আর এসএসপি স্যার অ্যাপ্লাইড মেকানিক্স ল্যাবের ভিডিও বানিয়েছি, যেটা আমাদের অলরেডি রেডি হয়ে আছে। মোটামুটি আশা করছি তোমাদের বোঝাতে পারবো। মেশিনগুলো তোমরা হাতে পাবে না, কিন্তু আমরা ওয়ার্কিংগুলো কী করে রিডিং নিতে হয়, কী কীভাবে বসাতে হয়, কী করে ওয়ার্কপিস সেট করতে হয়, সব মোটামুটি চেষ্টা করেছি দেখিয়ে দেওয়ার। ঠিক আছে, মানে
ওকে স্যার।
তোমরা কবে যাবে ততদিন তো পড়াশোনা বসিয়ে রাখা যায় না। যদি কলেজ খুলে যায় দেন তোমাদের যদি ইন্টারেস্ট থাকে তখনও দেন তোমরা আনঅফিসিয়ালি আমার কাছে আসবে, আমি তোমাদের দেখিয়ে দেবো, আর কেউ থাকুক আর নাই থাকুক। কিন্তু